Okie dokie. Hi there, everybody. How are we doing? Are we doing good? I hope so. So today I have managed to remember to get my little fate chart out. So isn't that a thing? So once again today, we're going to be seeing if we can get past this first room. Last session we vanquished some goblins and some orcs, and then we released some prisoners. So that's that. Now we've got a choice to make, eh? Do we want to go down here into this area again, or do we want to head this way? Either way, I guess we're going to have to reset our PP to 0, so we can get back to this adventuring and exploration. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go. Well, we're going to roll a dice. 1 to 3, we go that way. 4 to 6, we go that way. And let's get a dice and a dice rolling thingy. Here we go. And let's get all these excess dice out of the way. Get out of my way, dice. Shoo. I was having a it always kind of happens where people like to make jokes about Thaco, and Thaco is not an incredibly elegant solution. The way people talk about it often makes it sound like it's the most obtuse and nonsensical and difficult to deal with kind of combat mechanic ever. And you're like, well, no, it's not though, is it? Yeah. All we need to do is write down your to hit numbers for armor class 9 through -1 or -2. And be like, there you go. What's the armor class of a target? It's X. I need to roll over Y. Possibly +1 or 2, depending on the situation. Anyway. It's like, oh, it's so difficult. But you compare it to... What's a game that had really obtuse combat? I mean, something like Slay, or any of the games that had detailed armor penetration and armor strength and all that kind of stuff. Those were pretty impenetrable. 6, so we're going this way. Excellent, that's the way I wanted to go. Right. Back to counting our PP again. Where's my pencil? Not that pencil. That's a pen. That one's broken. That one's fine. I've buried my new pencil somewhere because, of course, I have. So, let's get rid of this. Back on the hunt for these supplies. Not looking forward to the ambush when we head back. Let's roll, see what we get. It's a D10 plus our current PP, and our current PP is 0. 10. Negative descriptor. Okay. D100. 53. Meaningful. Negative descriptor, meaningful. I mean, most meaningful things feel positive, don't they? Negative, meaningful. I'm going to reroll. 7. Bizarre. Okay. Bizarre. This chamber is full of strange and unusual fungus and beetles kind of crawling about, going about their business. Oh, I got... No, it's over there. Oh. Let's see. Let's go into there. And I'm logged in my other screen, which is going to cause me no end of bother. move to... Just going to move my virtual desktop to table 2, screen 2, and we're going to roll smells. What does this room smell of? 2, 47. It smells of animals, and it's kind of irritating. So the Q is animal and irritating. So it's kind of smells of these bugs and this fungus and all the rest of that kind of unpleasantness, kind of, and it's itching at our noses. Does this room have more than one exit? 65. And that's a yes. Okay. 65. Anyway. Like so. Right. Let's roll for our next room. And let's reduce our torch by 1. Luckily there are no doors in this part of the layer. I need to roll 1 dice. 5 plus 1. I need to add a marker for the PP. It's a second PP. Progress point. 5 plus 1 is 6. Expected return. Okay. So where have we got? We got one here. Right. This kind of reconnects to here. Yeah, so a long, dark, dank corridor, and it returns there. So that's 2 turns. We need to roll for a random encounter. 2, that's no random encounter. Noises. Do we hear anything? Well, what do we hear? We hear reassuring near. Hear something reassuring nearby. Okay. Is it another group of prisoners? 2. Yes, and they're unguarded. So we find another group of prisoners that are working. Find 3 prisoners, and we tell them that, you know, if you go down this corridor and head out past the strange mushroom room, you'll be able to get out. And they do. They flee. And this was the that's the room where we fought the skeletons, isn't it? I think it is. Had a stream going into it. Well, I guess seeing as we're here, we may as well head back through this room and head up that way. So let's set up our PP. Change our torch level. And does this room have any... Put R in there. Room and monsters. Hobgoblins. Okay. D6 plus 1 hobgoblins. No, we'll do 2d4. 4 hobgoblins. Okie dokie. Is either group surprise? So party monsters. No. So we hear them and they see our torch. Reaction roll. For the beasties. 6. So that's kind of on the negative side of neutral. Another document that I now need to bring over to this page. We want the Adobe Acrobat. Give us Adobe Acrobat. Right. I just got this thing called Let's Talk. Okay. So, what mood are the beasties in? 2d10. Okay. No, my 10s there. So, the 10s will do down the bottom. The 1s will do along the top. 66. So, 6 and 6. Self-absorbed. Unsurprising. We're talking about how great they all are. And seeing as we got a 6, I think we'll be on unfriendly. And we'll be like, hey, guys, you know, we're just here to... We just got lost, right? We're the new recruits. You know. Let's see how they react. 10, positively. Wow. They're like, new recruits? Well, you should be what are you looking for? Like, well, we're trying to find out, we're supposed to be protecting the supplies. Let's see how they react to that. I'm going to push them up to neutral, to see if we keep this blag going on. 10 again. Okay. All right. Well, if you go down that corridor and you go that way, and then you go that way, and you go that way, and then you'll be at the place. So I'm going to roll a d6 plus 1, and in that many rooms we will find where we're going. Okay. 3 plus 1, 4 steps, and we'll find it. So we'll keep track of for PP, but more for the area element table. And this goes down to 2. There we go. And it was at that moment I sat down and thought, what book do I have their equipment tables in? Huh. Good question. Was it this one? Oh, sugar. Is it this one? No, that's Traveller. It's got to be one that I have around here somewhere. Well, we'll worry about that later. Oh, well, we had 21 torches last time we wrote down how many torches we had. So, let's go. So we head through here and head up there. And let's roll to see what kind of room we discover. One plus 4 is 5. Positive descriptor. Ooh. Let's see if this description table will give us anything nice. 64. Official. 22. Creepy and official. Okay. Does it have more than one exit? I think it's likely. It doesn't have more than one exit. Okay. Don't need that pencil. Sure. Get out of my way, pencil. Okie dokie. So it's probably because, I mean, they're saying it looks official, so just imagine that this is more like that. Is there anyone in this official looking room? I think probably that was supposed to be likely. So where did I put it? It's under here. I think I was on 6, wasn't I? Yeah, I think so. So 75, that's a yes. Is it who do you think does admin for goblins? Well, no. Is it a group? Is it a group of kind of admin goblins? Yes. Okay. So there's 4 goblins in here, and they're just they got their paperwork out and they look at us and like, what's going on here? So let's roll for their reaction. 5. They're less happy about us. Well, oh, we're new recruits. We were just showing up here to the supplies. And do you know what? They buy it. Oh, go on then. Don't make a mess. The entrances here, they're 10 foot wide, so they're nice and big. This probably also is like 10 foot wide for that main corridor, just because that way it makes sense as to how the wagon got down here. Okay, so we carry on. And again, it was a positive description. So it's got like a nice table. It's got a filing cabinet. It's probably got like a filer. It's got one of those Rolodexes on a table. It's very nice. It's got like a plush chair. Very civilized. So PP 2. So that's 7. 7 is location descriptor. Okay. 24 is damaged. Okay, so following on from, also, does this have more than one exit? I think it's likely. Yeah, okay, it does. So it probably plugs back into over here. Like so. And, we need to spark up a new torch. So it's 20. This goes back to 6. And we need to rest a turn, and we need to roll for a random encounter. 2, no random encounter. Rest for the turn. Wears out the last torch, brings on this torch. Okay, right. These 4 aren't here. They're off chilling. They got better things to do than worry about little old us. Nope, that's the wrong thing to have open. There we go. And I've got a woofer obsession in a little bit, which is why this video is going to be shorter than others. I really was supposed to be spending most of today doing stuff, but as you can imagine, I ended up watching Hime's channel and then, noting that, because everyone likes to joke about the Thaco thing. It's like, really gets my goat. Don't pretend it's so difficult, people. But anyway, it's a great stream. They're raising charity for stuff for kids and whatever. So that's good stuff. There are probably doors here. Because it's more built up. But it's all kind of wrecked in this room. So with that, we're carrying on up this way. The doors are probably stuck, so we probably need to give a roll to force open the door. 3. Okay. It opens, but making a large amount of noise. So if there's something in the next room, it's heard us. Was there something in the next room? I think it's 50-50. So with 66, it's a double. Doubles are random events. Okay. Let's check to see what this random event is. Good old Mythic, throwing up a random event. Random event. Let's roll to chat. It is new NPC. Change. Opposition. Okay. So I think change opposition is going to be a werewolf. Let's have a look if that's a terrible, terrible idea. Lycanthrope, right? L. Where do we think L is? Before M? There we go, lycanthropes. Lycanthropes are also known as werebeasts and are of various sorts. All are man-type afflicted with lycanthropy and cannot be harmed by mundane weapons unless it is silvered. If any man-type loses 50% or more of his hit points to wounds caused by a lycanthrope, he will become one of the same type at the next full moon unless he receives a cure disease spell. Okay. So there's a lycanthrope in here. We can't harm it. Let's see what its reaction is. Because we don't really want to get in a fight with it, because we don't have anything that can hurt it. 8. Oh, so that's a positive side. So it's like, what are you doing in here? And we'll be like, we're just here to protect the supplies. You know, this has worked well for us so far. 3. Hasn't worked very well this time. Here you go. It sniffs the air and looks at us and goes, I'm not too sure about that. So I think we're going to roll now. Can we... So it was kind of like friendly, dispositioned. So let's roll for that. Fair. Okay, even down to normal. That's still fair. Looks us over, gives us a sniff, and is like, I'm not too sure about this. So I think what we're going to need to do is do a charisma check for whoever has the most charisma. To try and talk us out of this. So that's Sheer. So Sheer starts doing some fast talking, and with a 3, she talks up a storm. And it's like, okay, I accept this description. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Gives us another PP. Reduces this by 1. We have gained a werewolf to our lists. If I had all this properly laid out, werewolf called Lanrak for werewolf. And I think on friend, we'll give it another D10 roll on this reaction table. 7. So that's somewhat positive. So it's like fair enough. I think it's going to challenge us to some kind of challenge response, and she is going to try again. So it's like, fair enough. What about this? 15. That's a fail. Okay. It's like, I don't think this is above board. What level are werewolves? Now that I think about it. Hit dice for werewolves. Lycanthropes. This thing's about to fall on the floor. Lycanthropes. dice. L. Hit dice. Hit dice, hit dice, hit dice. 4 hit dice. So that means we can try and charm it. So what we'll need there is the Adventurer's Handbook. And we need to have a look at what fighter level 4. So save versus spells is 14. So it's going to get over 14. It gets a 9. Well, we have charmed a werewolf. We're going to have to find a werewolf model. So it has 10, 16 hit points. I do have one. Where is it? There it is. One moment, caller. I will be right back. And this time I'll pause you. Well, he's not to scale, but there we go. We've got a werewolf. Isn't he great? He's now our best friend. He, however, will probably get a roll every day to break free. But until then, he's our new best friend. And he has 16 hit points. How will we... D... Is 3d6 the easiest way to do it? 16? Probably. Alright. Well, let's use this. 2 6s. 2 6s. And a 4. Right. Cool. I think most of our problems for the rest of this dungeon are solved. This is room 4. Try and open the next door. 4. We're going to push that open without much of a problem. Let's roll on the table here. 2 plus 7. 8. Encounter descriptor. Okay. 86. Strange. Okay. 72. Prized. Strange and prized. For a monster. There's got to be something that has a reason to be down here. Let's have a look at my random list. Goblin layer. Okay. I know what it is. I have to get another model out. There we go. It's a pair of ogres. Sat there. They see us. no doubt. Pondering. What do we get? 7, neutral. Well, they see us, and they see that we're this werewolf. And it's like, got us food? And we're like, no. Food's coming in a bit. It's, been taken care of. And, like, okay. What are you doing down here? Well, let's see how we react after we've told them we're not brought their food. Reaction roll, re-rolling on neutral, 4. Okay, we're not entirely impressed. Like, we're hungry, where's the food? Okay. So we attempt to explain that the food is, it's on its way. 9. Ooh, they're like, okay then. We'll be waiting. Okay. Boss has told us to make sure no one moves that loot. So, here we are, waiting for food. Bring us food. Okay. And so we open the next door, and of course, in the next room is a largish room that has a couple of carts in it. Well, a couple of wagons. And we turn around to our werewolf friend and go, were you in charge around these parts? Was he? Yes, I was. And we're like, well, can you help get those 2 large lads outside to help us push these out? And he's like, of course I'll try. So he sticks her head out and goes, you 2, help us push these carts. Do they help? I think because we're being directed by Matey Boy, it's likely. 72, likely on a 6 with a 72, just about. All right. Well, we're going to get food then? And we're like, yeah, sure, we'll get food then. And we grab the carts. And my computer just beep booped at me. Why did it beep boop at me? Why are you beep booping at me? Who beep booped me? Oh, RPG server beep booped me. Alright. My friend isn't going to be able to make our late night woofer obsession because he's got family round. And I was like, well, you could just turn off the heating and make them all leave, but of course he's got a heat pump now, so he can't. And he was just explaining to me the intricacies of turning off a heat pump, and I'm like, it's okay, I don't need the explanation, my friend. Now, I think the next thing is, if we go by kind of mythic standard resolution process, my expected scene is us pushing this out past the goblins, then being a bit confused, but otherwise letting us sail on by. Now, our chaos rating is 6. So, let's just remember scene check. Fortunately, this will figure out if my scene is successful. So scene 6, 8. Scene proceeds normally. So yeah, we kind of head out, out of the front, and then we're ambushed. How many in the ambush party? I mean, our party's kind of beefed up now, so we'll do 4d4 goblins, 7 goblins plus another 1 goblin, 8 goblins. Leap out! Aha! We've got you. And the werewolf goes, got 2, and the goblins go, these pesky humans and our wagons, what are you doing? Oh, we're taking the wagons out. But that's not what our Lord says. And Lanrak goes, it is now. Are these goblins willing to push their luck with this very large and intimidating werewolf? I think that's unlikely. In fact, I think it's very unlikely, if I'm entirely honest with you. So, very unlikely, 35 or less, they go for it. They do not go for it. If they wouldn't have gone for it, unlikely, but they definitely didn't go for it, very unlikely. And we're like, oh. Now, these guys are notoriously not very clever, so I'm going to give them say a check against 18. So if I get an 18, 19 or 20, they're like, wait a minute, this is rubbish. 5. They do not cotton on. So we push these supplies kind of away from the den, and we go to this log. Okay, you can all go back now, including you, friendly werewolf. Because I'm sure we're not going to be friends next time we meet. I'm pretty sure you're going to be pretty mad about what's happened. And so they all turn around and head back to the lair. And we head push these wagons, kind of. Well, we probably don't push. We probably go back to town. Get a couple of oxen, bring them back, and take these into town. And everyone is overjoyed. Now, of course, from the older wagon, most of the food is gone, but there's still a lot of the kind of non-perishable supplies. And the latest wagon, there's probably still like some wine left, and a lot of the kind of less interesting articles are still on it. And they're like, wow, well, thank you very much. We're going to have to think about what to do with you next. And they're like, well, definitely think we're going to have to do something about those monsters in that cave. They've got an orc, they've got a werewolf, and they've got a couple of ogres as well. We're definitely going to have to get better kitted up. Unfortunately, on these wagons is going to be stuff that we're going to be able to kit up with. Now, one thing that I expect is going to happen, but characters aren't going to know about, but I think a werewolf is going to get a protection from charm, for obvious reasons, and the ogres are going to get reprimanded, and they're going to be far less likely to believe any sneaky little humans that come in. Probably the little goblins here are going to be, wait a minute, we've just gone back and checked for registers. There are no humans working for us. And heads will roll, but probably not these three's heads because they're pretty big. Goblin heads are going to roll. Those little administrators' heads definitely rolling. But mission successful. I reckon I'll figure out XP. Seems we're kind of using more of an OD&D approach to experience. They will probably not have leveled up, but they might. I'll probably give them 1,000 XP for getting my wagons back. Split 4 ways, 250 apiece. They've killed about a dozen goblins. What was it? 6 orcs? 4 orcs? I think it's 4 orcs. Probably more like 2 dozen goblins and about 4 orcs, but they're all kind of level 1 monsters anyway. So that'll be another 2,400 experience points, and that'll be it. Right, so we've probably got about 750 to 800 experience each. No particularly nice magical artifacts, but they have got this supply wagon, so they are going to be able to get. I think we'll get some silvered weapons for all of them, and be ready to go back into the dungeon. And with that, we'll wrap up that adventure and prepare for their next adventure. and we'll see what we'll do. So, look forward to Traveller later on. I think I'll probably manage to do one. And then I think Westmarch's book for Shadow Dark comes out soon, so we might look at that. Another thing that we might look at, because I've been running it for about 1.5 years now, is Dolmenwood. That might be interesting. And people are talking about Dolmenwood at the moment, all saying it's the best game of the year. I'm not really... Well, the best kind of D&D game of the year. I'm not sure. Well, eighth, because it's not from this year. I played it last year. It's great, but it's got some split brain personality going on in it. But otherwise, it's a great game. It's very pretty. Wonderful set of books. And if you want a nice, kind of like very well put together hex crawly setting, it's definitely a good one. But yeah, we'll have a think. But look forward to future adventures of our plucky group of young lasses. And we will meet again later. Farewell. Bye-bye. Have fun.